Morning, folks. Man, it's gonna be a pretty day today. Very few clouds. I wouldn't even really call what we got clouds. They're more like little wispy spots in the sky. It's a pretty day. I would love to run back and check my trail camera. We got about a 5-gallon bucket worth of chicken guts, and I think there's one whole chicken in there too that it didn't look right when we butchered it. They get what they call green meat disease. They say it doesn't hurt anything, but it looks nasty. The breast meat will get big green, not really abscesses in them. It's not an abscess, but it looks similar to that. But it's I guess it's common. They say that a lot of the commercial fryers and things we get, they eat it anyway. They grind it up and make things like your chicken nuggets if you go to McDonald's, eating green meat. But it's unappetizing, and figured, heck, we ain't gonna eat that. We'll just use it for bait or something. And like I say, I'd like to get up there and put out a little bit of bait and check those trail cameras, but I'm still trying to get this moving stuff done. But I'm gaining, slow but sure. My first shed, trapping shed, is piled high with a bunch of junk, and a lot of it can be thrown out, I think. I've got more stuff and more traps than I've ever going to use, but for now, it just has to get out of there and then worry about sorting through it and throwing it out later. Same with this stuff. I still haven't unloaded this bunch of broken beehives and things, and about half of this I'll keep. The other half goes to the garbage pile. That anyway, it's gonna be a pretty day. Maybe I can get some of this done. This stuff, it's odds and ends. Like I say, it's not super valuable stuff, but if you go down, ouch, can't get that out of there. Some of these, like that's a hinge. This one's kind of rusty. I got some others that are in a little better shape. When I built this little trailer, I used door hinges, basically, and they bent. I can't get this shut right now. This pin's supposed to go through here. It won't, so I just got the chain around this end of the hook, and I need to replace those hinges. Those are a lot better hinges that would work fine on this. They're a lot heavier duty and stout and all that stuff, and like I say, it's odds and ends that are useful. You can't throw away useful. That ain't right. But you can't let it pile up either. So that's where I'm at. Get this done. Go to the woods. I gotta get out of here. All summer long and all. Like I said, it was all so busy, and I got very little woods time. Didn't go firewood cutting hardly at all. I got one load is all with me and Cindy. And that was after the summer was over. I need to go get some more firewood, I think. I got enough, but maybe I got enough. I'd rather be sure I have enough. Anyway, I gotta get after it. Some of this stuff, like this bucket of traps. Take a look at this trap. These were given to me. How does a trap get something like that? That is a weird bend. It looks like it's probably got run over. That's been pressed down into there somehow. I'll bet somebody drove over it and ruined it. This spring here has been welded. I don't know if I get the sun right. It's been welded. It's got no spring to it. That ain't good for nothing at all. That spring, that's still got a little tension to it, but it's bent also. What I'll do with this is straighten that, and then weld it open, and I'll cast it into my cement I'm going to do for the base of that wood stove. You know, and making something like that out of these is fine. I could do some sort of artwork with them. Some of these other ones, that one's got a good spring on that side. Yeah, see, that's a good trap. Nothing wrong with that. But, like I say, all these, gotta go through all these and see what's good and what's not. That one's got a good spring to it. So some of these are usable. I always like these kind. This is called a jump trap. These springs go underneath like that, under spring, leaf spring type of thing. I like these. They take up very little space. They're good traps. I think that one's fine. But anyway, there's another one. Another one like that. I wonder why they got that washer wired to it. People do strange things. I'd like to know what that's all about. You know, if you can learn something from somebody else, that's always a good thing, and there had to be a reason they did that. I can't figure out what it would be, though. I have seen where raccoons and things, sometimes you can tie a little piece of, or wrap the pan with tin foil or something, and they'll see it flashing in the moonlight, and they're curious, so they'll reach down and grab it and get caught. That one there, I don't have a lot of spring to it, but probably holding muskrat. That one's bent. The jaws are bent. It's hard to squeeze these springs with one hand. Might be a good one, might not. Like I say, I really like this kind. These are good little traps. Good for pine marten and things like that. Anyway, I don't have time to be messing with it right now anyway, but that's the kind of stuff I gotta go through and find out. This one is definitely no good, but it'll be good into the base of that cement. It'll look neat there, or hanging on the barn somewhere, or you know, it ain't 100% garbage. And even without doing it with that kind of stuff, I can use parts and pieces. The pan is still good. That other spring, it was bent. I guess I wouldn't use that one, but you could make a knife out of those springs. They make the steel in those are good. They make good knives. But anyway, I'm wasting time. I gotta get after this and keep on going and get some more fun stuff done after that. I hope. Well, I didn't get things quite as far along as I had hoped today. I got some stuff hauled off and gotten rid of, but there's an outfitter that brings horses in a couple of times a year. I forgot they were coming. They got 24 horses, and I drained the water tanks a few days ago. So I went to fill up the water tanks. The power in the water is shut off. I can't fill them up out of the pump. So I figured, well, I can fill up the water truck and then just dump it into the water tank out of the water truck. Battery's dead in the truck. So the ditch also is pretty low on water. So I was able to fill up the water truck out of the ditch, but barely. I mean, you got to run it really slow, otherwise it sucks air and you lose your prime and it doesn't pump water. And dogs are having fun. Anyway, so it doesn't. You gotta fill the truck really slow. I finally got it filled up. The truck still wouldn't start. I ended up, trying to jump start it, and it wouldn't even hardly turn over. So now I got it on the battery charger, but I needed to fill up the tanks before that. So I finally ended up taking the tractor bucket, pulling up to the truck, and then dumping water from the truck into the tractor bucket. Most of it sloshed out by the time I got the hiccups by the time I got over there. But it took about three tries, and I finally got it filled up. But anyway, I didn't get very far. My Uncle Bill is sitting there in the road. My dogs are going berserk. Well, I guess I gotta go. So far, Mr. Goose, or Mrs. Goose, whatever he is, she is, just hanging around, which I'm happy about. Ornery turd, but I like that goose. The sun on the mountains is pretty. About over the top. Here in a couple more minutes, the sun will be down and won't be any sun on the mountain. The sun is already over the top of the mountain, and the sky is a little bit pink, but it won't amount to nothing. Without the clouds, it really doesn't look that good. Still pretty though. The pump house here is where our water comes from. Well is in here, and it's insulated. Yeah. It's not a very big pump house. You gotta kind of squeeze in here. It's insulated, but there's a big hole in the roof in case you have to pull the pump out. So I bought this pressure switch, or not pressure switch. I bought a heat sensitive switch that is supposed to, supposed to turn on when it gets 35 degrees and turn off when it's 45 degrees. So I went to plug it in I was just going to use a heat lamp bulb, or a flood lamp bulb, and the little socket that you screw into it, it's cracked. So I do have this little heater. So let's put that on to high. Sorry about that, it's really hard to do this one-handed. Put that on to high. Shouldn't take long at all to heat this place up. And as long as this thing is working, it shouldn't come on at all until it gets to be 45 degrees, or 35 degrees in here. So that's the plan anyway. Yes, I guess I can put that over there. That's like a 90 watt bulb. I thought that'd probably heat it up in here enough. It's not a very big room. Like I say, this place is only, I don't think it's even 4 foot wide. Probably 3 foot wide, 8 foot long. Yeah. And not tall enough to stand up in. Probably, I don't know how tall that'd be, 4.5 feet maybe tall. Anyway, hopefully, I mean, it's pretty well insulated. That door's 5-6 inches thick. Probably got 4 inches of foam board in there. But I definitely don't want that to freeze up this winter. That would sure cause some problems. Look at the barn wood on this. Man, ain't that pretty? I don't know why people paint buildings. It's so much prettier with just the natural wood. Oh, anyhow, my poor uncle, getting pretty senile. I think he's got dementia, or he's getting dementia. Very sad deal. For a long time there, he wouldn't talk to us at all, and he accused us of some pretty vile things that never happened. And I don't know. I think he's finally realizing that those things didn't happen, and he's trying to be nice again, and I'm very happy about that. But it's sure a sad deal. It's a very sad and depressing disease, you know. I mean, he's always been my most favorite family member and my most favorite uncle, and it's sad. We've always been really close, and now he's getting back to being that way, but for a while there, it was pretty miserable to be around him. Anyway, enough of that. See you folks tomorrow. I ain't got nothing for today. I'm not trying to do these one-a-day things, and I don't know. It ain't that easy to do. Hopefully before very much longer, that'll change and we can get doing something fun. I'm almost done with this moving stuff. My trapping shed, that's going to take a couple of days probably all on its own. And today, like I said, I should have got a lot further than I did, but things just didn't work out. Seems like that happens a lot. See you tomorrow, folks. Thanks for watching. Oh, if I don't fall down here. Bye.